Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. On this channel, we cut through the hype and the noise, and I give you the non-biased information you can use to make informed decisions. Well, we're having a pretty good day today, but I've been bullish all through this downturn, and quite frankly, I'm not convinced that this isn't just a bounce. That being said, in this video, we're going to dive in and take a look at one chart that is extremely bullish. And we're also going to take a look at a couple of the tokens that are on my watch list. And we're going to take a look at the ONDO chart. And I'm just going to try to give you some alpha. Now, before we dive into it, guys, I just want you to understand that the number one reason I started this channel was to get people in the 10% club. 90% of everyone that trades crypto loses money, and this is the type of alpha that I feel can help you get in that 10%. All right, hit the like button. Okay, guys, this is my conservative, aggressive watch list. I've been stacking Ethereum, Ondo, Superverse. I bought a handful of Tau, not much. I wasn't paying attention. I wish I would have been. But I'm looking to stack all of these tokens. I'm extremely bullish. But when we look at the Ondo chart, we'll talk more about this. But I want you to think Superverse is up 16% right now. It was up 19% when I was setting this all up. They're already pulling back, which leads me to what I want to talk about in this video. So bear with me. All right, before we dive into it, guys, if you're struggling right now, I do one-on-one coaching. I got a lot of different services and coaching. I just created an inner circle, a shorting course, a portfolio course. If you need some help, we'll talk about it at the end. All right, let's look at something, guys. And this is one thing I teach in my coaching. You know, there's two ways to play well, there's actually endless ways to play the crypto market. But most people tend to just concentrate on the upside. They're like, well, I'm going to buy this token. I'm going to wait for altcoin season, and then I'm going to sell. And if that's working for you, have at it. But I think that's an all or nothing type strategy. What if we don't have altcoin season? You're dead. What if you don't catch the top? What if you stay in too long? You're dead. You see how that works? And if I've learned nothing else from this bull run, when you have the opportunity to take a handful, you need to do that, guys, in my opinion. It works for me. It works for a lot of people that I know that are successful. You know, there's a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, that if this bull run ends tomorrow, have done tremendously well. Well, how is that? Well, obviously, they've been taking profits. And that's what you can get just from this chart alone. We saw that Superverse is up hard today. Ondo in the last less than 2 days, a day and a half, Ondo has been up like 27% from here to there. Now, I wouldn't expect you to catch the bottom, and I wouldn't expect you to catch the top. But most people stacking any token, when it starts to rally, they just watch it. And right now are crazy times. Friday could be a whipsaw like you've never seen. We've got the Trump summit. We've got some really important data coming out. And Wall Street is on shaky grounds with the tariffs. And every time Trump speaks, the market moves hard one way or the other. And so what I want to talk to you about before we look at that really bullish chart that I'm about to share with you is if you bought Ondo like under $1 and you had this, 15, 20, 25% upside, well, imagine, guys, if you put in $10,000, you're up, say, 2 grand. That's 20%. That's 2 grand. And in these uncertain times, why would you not take out, say, 1,000? And the reason that's important is because now I have $1,000 of profit in dry powder. So when these new projects come along, or we wake up in the morning and the whole market's down 30%, you can buy something. Yes, everyone is going to miss more upside when it's go time. There's going to be a time, hopefully, that you buy here and it's up 25%, it's up 25% tomorrow and the next day and the next day. I don't see that happening right now. So for anyone stacking ONDO under $1 and it starts to pump 20, 30, 40%, say this week or next week, man, just keep grabbing handfuls. It's not going to hurt anything. Like everyone thinks like, well, oh, I don't want to take this. This doesn't feel good. This isn't any money. It adds up, guys. And that's how the smart money, the big money think. That's why it's so volatile. I mean, look at this. If you bought right here, you bought right here, you're like, wow, I'm doing amazing. Boom, you're underwater. Just like now. Oh, I'm doing amazing. I'm up 25% in a day. Bam. Trump speaks on Friday or in the morning or heck, today. It could all disappear. Now you're down. You put in 10,000, you're back down to 9. You left that money on the table. I'm not telling you to buy it and become a trader and just, sell all your Ondo. Why would you do that? Doesn't make sense. But it does make sense to take a handful anytime any project pumps, right? I short all these big type moves. One thing I teach in my coaching course is if we're having a red day or a red week, especially, and then any token, I don't care what token it is, when it starts to pump 20, 30, 40, 60%, which we've seen multiple tokens do that this week like Hex. And I put those in my short calls. Every one of them fell apart, just like XRP did, right? When we're not in altcoin season and there's nothing special about that news, guys, it's a great short opportunity. But even if you don't know how to short or have no interest in it, when you see 25% in one of your projects, take it. I don't care if you put in 10 and it dropped to 2. If you get that pump back up, grab a handful. I start every day over. That's the way I see the market. Now, a lot of people are not going to agree with me. Matter of fact, if you think about it, if 90% of everyone that trades crypto loses money, very few people are going to agree with me. And that's okay with me. I just try to help you along the way and tell you what I uncover and tell you what I do. It works for me. It works for some of my clients, and it works for a lot of people that I follow personally. I don't know anyone that just stacks and hodls and tries to catch the top. And the few people that I do know that does something like that, that does hodling, it's because they bought something like Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe Solana, and they've held for multiple cycles, but they got big money. And even though they may hodl some of it, they've already made so much money and sold in the last cycle that it doesn't really matter. But that's for people with big, big money, in my opinion. But even then, it doesn't make sense to hold any of these projects past this bull run. All right, let's look at the bullish chart, and hopefully you're still with me. All right, let's talk about, it's called the CME gap. That's the Commodities Mercantile Exchange. That's where I used to be licensed. I was a futures and options trader, a licensed commodity broker. Basically, I sold coffee, sugar, cocoa, foreign currencies, all that stuff. And this has been the same understanding for people in the business for like since I was back in the day, 35 years ago. Now, the CME is the futures contracts, guys. So they open and close gaps because they don't trade 24 hours. That will change. Crypto's going to change that. But what happens is, just like here, you open with a gap. You can see here, you have a gap. Well, 8 out of 10 times that gap was filled in a bull market, you had a huge pump. But pretty much, I think it's like 98% of the time, any gap ends up getting filled, both bullish and bearish. Now, I want to shout out to Investor Answers. This is one of his charts. In 2020, we had the same gap, the CME gap. And look how everything pumped and it came back. And I guarantee you they were having the same scenario. Oh, crypto's done, the bull run's over. It filled that gap, and look at it, guys. It absolutely exploded. Now, this is exactly almost the same thing. This is where we are right now. And I believe you're about to see that right there. Now, maybe it goes sideways like it did there. And maybe that sideways is a week, a month. I don't know. But I believe that's what comes next for Bitcoin. This this right here gets me really excited. And guys, here's the deal about a gap open. That means there was a huge amount of activity right there. So to get back and fill that and let that unwind is extremely bullish. I mean, extremely bullish. And it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy just because all the traders around the world that trade, with the big boys on the CME, they all understand this, the market makers, everyone else. So when you have a gap open, somehow, some way, they work their way back. Well, now that they're back, all the dust is settled. It's time to take it up again. So, guys, this is extremely bullish. So hopefully that gave you some alpha. I hope I made you understand that. But guys, if I could give anyone any recommendation, it's not financial advice, is do yourself a favor, get a game plan, especially to take profits. If you don't take profits, you'll become the profits. And I want you to think back. I don't know how long you've been in crypto. A lot of my clients, this is their third bull run, they still haven't made any money, but yet they've had portfolios up 25+% for the whole portfolio and then watched it all come back. A lot of people have made a pretty good bit of money early in this bull run. They didn't take the profits. Then it rallied back. They didn't take the profits. Then it rallied back after Trump got elected. And they still didn't take any profits. And now they're saying, oh, I hate crypto. You can't make any money. There's no altcoin season. Well, guys, you had a bad strategy, in my opinion. That being said, guys, if you need some help with your portfolio, I do one-on-one coaching. I have a coaching course, I have a shorting course, I have a lot of different services. I just launched the Inner Circle. I'm extremely excited about that. And like I said, the goal of everything I do is to get you in that 10% club. And just think about it, guys. If you keep thinking like retail, which I did, I think one of my best videos yesterday talking about that, which I'll leave a link, guys. Watch that video. If you don't understand or if you disagree with what I just said in this video about take a handful along the way, watch that video. It'll really help you out a lot. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. Hit the like button, hit the unlike button. But either way, guys, come back and be part of this community. And I want to make it very, very clear. I can't be more bullish. All right, guys.